Welcome back to the MotorFab YouTube channel. Long time between drinks, eh? Well, a bit's been happening, but I've got a surprise for you. Look at that. You guys thought the Monaro just got thrown in the corner, but no, I've been working on it. And we've been really busy with work, but I've managed, that's why it takes so long, to get a bit of time. Yeah, it's hiding. We'll get it in there in a second. To get it in the shed and do a bit to it. So let's take a look at it now and see what we've done. So the first thing you'll notice, it's got rego. Yeah, bit of a miracle. A couple of planets aligned there. Don't ask too many questions, but it's race ready. It's road ready. Got a few little bugs to iron out, but we'll get going with that. I don't know if it had the Willwood front brakes on it last time you guys saw it. Obviously on the outside it looks very different. You notice it looks a little different in the back here. Same wheels, bit of a different dish. Let's have a look in here. Wheels the same. We've got new seats. We've got a roof liner. We've got carpet. We've got a back seat. We've got a roll cage. If you guys asked about that, it's a bolt-in cage. It can come out. Doesn't modify the car at all. And it was just more for my safety. The thing went 10.8, naturally aspirated, 30 degrees timing, and 3.08 diff gears in it. So it's got 389s in it now. So it's got a 9-inch in it. No more tiptoeing around that that delicate little Borg Warner. So it's all in now. You'll see the diff in a sec, and it's quite the diff actually. So I can give it everything, and we still haven't managed to get the nitrous to work. So once that nitrous works, the 389's the right amount of timing, the thing's going to go reasonably fast. I would say fairly far into the 9s, and it just wasn't safe the way it was before. So seats, harnesses, roll cage, just to make things a little safer. And I think that was probably a wise, sensible decision. And we always had good brakes. We've got the Willwoods on there now, and engine wise, gearbox wise, still the same. But yeah, let's get into it, and I'll show you a bit more about what we've done to the Monaro and our spell from YouTube. All right, I'll pop you guys down there and let's see how she sounds. I don't know what's cooler, the way it sounds or the way it bobs and bounces around when you give it a little bit of jandle. But I love it. Sounds good. That sweet smell of E85, it's beautiful. It drives great. I do wish I put a steering box in it, as you've all known in the comments, but smells delicious on that E85. Don't know what we're going to do about the bonnet. It's a bit too shiny for my liking. And yeah, basically we're getting this thing ready to do a bit of no prep and off-street drag style racing. So we're getting it dialed in and sorted out. We'll go through. I've got some footage from up underneath. It's a bit easier when it's on the hoist. There you go. one thing I haven't touched is I haven't touched this little engine yet, and there's been absolutely no need to. Well, big engine, little engine, whatever you want to call it. It's hard these days. What's big and what's little? You know, you got 500 cube small blocks, and you've got 1,000 cube big blocks. And yeah, this is a 454 over 30 thou. You guys that watch the channel from the start will know exactly what it is. It's just a set of heads and cam on a stock bottom end, an oil pump and a set of rings, and I don't even think I replaced all the bearings. We had a bit of piston and valve issue because of the big heads. And as you guys remember, I copped a lot of criticism because I took to the die grinder with the pistons while the engine was already put together. Hasn't failed yet, and I keep getting more and more impressed by this engine. It's a combo that shouldn't really work, but it does. It's already proven itself at 10 seconds, 10-second pass naturally aspirated, and I think I could go a bit lower into the 10s yet naturally aspirated. So the real test will be how it goes with the nitrous once we get the nitrous figured out. Had a few dramas getting that going, but it's still getting there. We'll haven't bothered too much with it. New solenoids, fixed all the main things that should have been. So I think now it's just fine tuning. I haven't been back to the track and tried the nitrous again, but we will. We'll dial that in. But we're got our sights set on a bit of no prep and off-street drag stuff, as I said before. And I think this engine, gearbox, converter, and now the diff, suspension, the setup, I think it's going to be a good little car for it. And but yeah, I can't praise that engine enough. It's done pretty well so far. I think bang for buck to put a set of heads and a small hydraulic roller cam in a stock 454 and have it go so well, I think is amazing. It really does work. It seems to want to make some power. The suspension obviously is amazing. This thing hooks up like crazy. You would have seen the pictures and videos of it doing wheelies. And yeah, so we'll now with the 389s, it's a bit more rowdy, so it's getting a bit of wheel spin now. So now the fun part starts. We'll start fine tuning, tweaking the suspension, and getting it to hook up and do its thing. Luke from Motorfab Australia here, introducing our latest product, the Motorfab sheet metal 9-inch diff housing. We will be supplying these everywhere from a raw diff housing right through to a complete like this one. Brake lines, brakes, nuts, bolts, washers, everything. We also do a suspension kit that this one's bolted to. You might have seen plenty of info about this. It's our bolt-in HKTG Holden setup. It all bolts into the factory locations. Drill out the shackle hanger there and push the bolts through the standard rivet holes in the floor. Now with this particular diff, you'll notice we've got the Willwood brake kit fitted. That's an option you can add on the website to your diff housing when you order. And you'll notice we've gone a lot of trouble to get the bits that a lot of people miss. You've got just the right amount of room in here. We've set this diff in as narrow as we can to get the most wheel and tyre we can in the standard tub on this vehicle. You'll see the caliper will just miss the chassis rail. It hasn't had to be notched or anything like that. We've taken into consideration the clearance for the U-bolt onto the axle flange, all the little things that have come from doing many of these over the years. We've put into these products so that you don't have problems trying to fit the axle flange studs and the U-bolts in and all that sort of stuff. There can be, if something's not the right measurement or offset, really difficult. We'll see there we've got the shocks and shock mounting kit. You'll see at the front there, our kit fits all in, no modification to the car at all. You'll see in there, you can, with our kit for the diff here, you have the option to run a U-bolt, or without the U-bolt, you can just run a through bolt, the flange setup there. So this one's got the U-bolts on, and it all fits together just like Lego. Bolts in just where it's meant to be. We've got the brake line there. We supply that as part of the kit, all on the website. The T-piece, the line, the braided line. You can order everything. The gasket, the goo, the whole kit and caboodle. You'll see this housing's powder coated in our tinted clear. It's a beautiful finish with a few colours available. So yeah, keep your eye out for those. And there we go, beautiful fit, nice kit. There's traction bar, the centre, you can get the centre through us as well. And check it out. Last but not least, you see the beautiful Ultra 9 axles there, made up in Brisbane. They're magnificent axle, been using them for years and they've been great. If you're interested to buy any of our Motorfab products, jump on to motorfab.com. We've got a really easy to use website there. Jump on the catalogue, you can go right through, you see our merch, brake kits, the diff section. You can jump in there, you can see we've got the complete diffs there. And then we've got the raw housings and the nuts, the bolts, the washers, the studs, the gaskets, the brake kits, the brake lines. You can buy as little or much as you want on there and put it all on your order, add it through, multiple ways to pay. Should be a piece of cake. If you have any dramas, give us a call, let us know. Add it all into your shopping cart there and knock yourself out. Thanks very much for all the support. We really appreciate it. Keep it Australian made, guys.